Good morning, America. She gets slaw burger fry and a bottle of ski. Bring it on out to my baby and me. All right, so that's enough of that. So this is Drew Rippy coming to you from my little home studio in Middle Tennessee. So I just want to say that since everybody else is getting on here and talking about Chase Matthews and Ryan Upchurch situation, people who don't even know him, I figured it would be okay for me to get on here and tell my experiences. Now, I don't know Ryan good enough to where I can just tell you, oh, he's a terrible person, or oh, he's a great person. I like the guy. Met him 4 times, 3 or 4 times. So we actually booked him. I was in a band playing bass for an artist and managing, and I don't know if I need to say his name because he's actually about to get signed by a label, I think. So I don't know if I need to say his name right now, but I was playing bass and managing. We booked Ryan Upchurch in 2017, long time ago. So he was still big back then, and booked Ryan, and our band opened for him, and I got to meet him personally and talk to him for a little while, shake his hand, talk to his dad. It was awesome. It was great. Looked up to Ryan for a while. He's just somebody who you can't deny his grit, his determination, and his creativeness to build something for this many years by himself in the opposition of these huge record labels and stuff. It's really awesome. It's something that, as a Tennessee boy, Middle Tennessee boy, 615, that you can be proud of. You can look up to this guy and say, look, first of all, he's conservative values. Second of all, he's built something that we can be proud of, that you won't have to worry about him getting signed and tarnishing, all these liberal, because Nashville is liberal now, guys. Nashville is super liberal and all this stuff. I don't want to get into politics, but they would tarnish what he's built, the rawness, the creativity, and they would ultimately stifle his music. You gotta have respect for church for holding out, and Creek Squad has supported him. You know what I mean? And so he knows that. He knows that we've supported him, and he's been able to live the life he wants through music. Now, Chase Matthews, I met Chase 2018, 2019, 2018, I can't remember, something like that. And the guy was, he's a talented kid. He was getting started. So he's probably like 20, 21, I can't remember. And myself, I wanted to start doing my own music. I played bass for a while. I had managed, I had done stuff like that for a brief time. And so I contacted Chase. I needed an engineer to start working on some music, right? So I contacted Chase, and he said, cool, man. Because Chase is actually, a lot of people don't know this, Chase is actually, he can engineer a little bit. He can record, he can track stuff. He's a talented guy. So I went over to his house in Springfield, and we hung out for a little while in his basement area of apartment or whatever duplex he was in at that time. And so nice guy or whatever, I was supposed to pay him like 100, 150, I can't remember. And he was working on a song for me. We were tracking the song. And so I think we only had like drums at that time and maybe a couple guitar tracks. Pretty uneventful. I had, and then right around that time was when Ryan, we recorded a little bit on a song I was working on. Then right around that time is when Ryan had shared Nashville Crazy. So this is around the time Ryan shared Nashville Crazy. So it may not have been 2018. It may have been like 2020, 2019. I really can't remember. And so Chase got like a bunch of views on that after Ryan shared Nashville Crazy. I'm telling you guys, I don't have a problem with Chase. His business is his business. His and Ryan's business is their business. I'm not getting on here to personally bash nobody. I'm just telling you my experience. So the guy was, he was maybe getting a couple thousand views on his YouTube videos, stuff like that. Really nothing. I mean, I got a couple thousand views on the first song I released. He wasn't really banging them out before Ryan signed him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like He was doing something wrong though. It's hard. It's hard to not. It's hard to just come out of the gate swinging and making all these hundreds of thousands of views unless you have money behind you. So he was okay or whatever. And then Ryan shared Nashville Crazy. It went to like 100,000 views, like pretty quick. So I remember all that happening, and then I messaged Chase back because I didn't know when we were going to get back together, so I could work on finish my song up so I could get it out. Right? He messaged me back. He's like, "Bro, I'm dead serious. I have the messages somewhere. My Facebook has been disabled. I can't even get back into it." But he said, "Bro, I charge for features." And I said, "Well, I wasn't talking about a feature, homie. I need to get my music. I need to at least get my stems from your computer, or I would like for you to work on, or us get back together to work on my song." And just at this time, it was literally just Upchurch shared a video. And then time went on after that, and they started working together. This is way before he was signed to Holler Boy Records. So he actually had him a little thing he was doing with a couple of his friends. I don't want to mention their names. One of them's name is Chris. Shout out to Chris. So he had a couple of buddies who he was doing Holler Wood records with. Holler Wood, which is really cool. I mean, it's a dope name. So, and he said, "Nah, man, I don't have time for that." After I messaged him back and telling him that, "Hey, I need to get this song done, man, or I need my stems, or I need something. I need my song off of your stuff." And so there was no money. I was supposed to pay him the next trip that I went to his house. So it's not like I paid him and he took my money or something. No, I'm not saying that. But you could already tell there was an arrogance there. Just from Upchurch sharing his song. There was there was a huge arrogance there of, "I don't have time to mess with you, bro. I don't have time." I told him, I said, "I'll pay you, dude. I just need to get my song worked on, done, whatever." And so, that's what was going on. And you could already tell there was a huge, "I don't have time for you" thing. Which, I mean, I understand. If he started doing stuff and blowing up or whatever, which it didn't happen till later. But, how long does it take to bounce somebody's stems down to a file and send it to them? It don't take long. And so, there's that. And you could already tell there was this huge, "I'm going to be a star" thing. Which, I mean, I guess he's getting there. So, all of that happened. I think after that or around that time again, our band had opened up for Upchurch again. No, this is before that. Our band had opened up for Upchurch a couple more times, and so it was really good times. Ryan, if you know anything about Ryan, which Chase, of course, he knows about Ryan because he was signed by him. He's been around him. You know what I'm saying? Ryan built Holler Boy Records or whatever. He built his name. He built his music. He built his whole philosophy around being committed to the people, not signing to a record label, not letting them tarnish or not letting them put their 2 cents in or control or just be after money or PC, politically correct his music. He did it for us. He did it for the people. He did it for him. He did it because it was something he could be proud of. RHEC. So, that being said, Chase signed to the record company, right? He knew what Ryan was about. He knew what he was about the whole time. Okay? I'd even heard from one friend who knows Chase personally that he said, "Well, Ryan doesn't really, he's kind of scared to sign me because he's kind of scared that I will try to get on a major label." Thanks for proving him right. So he already knew, Ryan already knew that Chase had bigger goals in mind. And you could tell by Chase's music, a lot of his stuff is in the same, it's got the same melodies, it's got the same vibe, it's got the same sound as mainstream artists. From day one, I was saying it day one, that's his business if he wants to put out music like that. That's his business. So, but don't try to, people who know music, don't try to sit here and tell me, "Oh no, man, this is new, this is nothing like the," bro. I got ears, I can hear this stuff. So either way, Chase said what did he come out and say? "I'd fulfilled my obligations and on the record label I fulfill my obligations. Somebody's on my phone. I fulfill my obligations on the label. I have done this. Here's the thing, man. You knew what Upchurch was about, right? So whether or not your obligations was fulfilled, if he says you were leaving him out of meetings. If you were leaving him out of meetings, then obviously there's a reason, right? Because you know he probably wouldn't want to be there. You know that he probably wasn't going to like it, or he wasn't going to be involved, or he was going to say, Chase, don't mess with him. So I mean, there's a reason, right? So don't act like, oh, I'm completely innocent. I thought that I had just fulfilled my obligations, and so I was free to go. Come on, man. You know what Ryan's about. You signed to his label. You know exactly what he's about. I mean, look at the situation with him and Luke Combs, bro. They made promises to each other to not sign and to work together, and then all that happened. So I mean, man, and it's okay. If that's what you want to do, if you want to take that heat, I mean, that's fine. But you got to take the heat, right? So you can't just say, "Oh, I didn't know, man. I didn't know." And everything's fine, guys. Creek Squad all the way. But then you're like signed to a major label. So you take the heat. What you do is you say, this is what happened. This is what I chose to do, and it's about me. I mean, it is. It's about you, bro. So, Chase did his thing, and people are going to be upset with him. People are going to be upset with him, obviously. And there's a lot of stuff, man. I've heard a lot of stuff along the way, and all that. But I'm not trying to get into all that. I don't like hearsay. So I'm just trying to tell you my experiences with the guy. Like way before he even got signed, he just kind of was brushing people off. I know a couple people in his personal life that he brushed off, and a couple people he should have brushed off that he didn't brush off. So yeah, I didn't know anything about the G Hurst thing until recently. I never really met that kid. I think I talked to him on social media, but I never really met the kid. Didn't know anything about him until he got arrested for it last summer. See, I'm not on here to bash anybody or whatever, but I'm just on here to give my opinion, to tell the truth, man. If you knew Ryan was about this and you signed to Ryan's label, obviously you're going to know if he's going to be upset about something or, whatever, man. You're going to know. You're going to know. So, that's my 2 cents.